Let's get it.
With our analysts, Brent Barry and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson, along with reporter Allie LaForce. Grant, looking at these two teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
Now here's ball. Around the back and lays it in. Nice.
Yeah, inside ball has to rely on his agility. That's how he finds his way to close-range looks.
And Eric Spoelstra decides to call timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan.
Substitution for your Hornets, Iceup84, Grant Williams.
Well, Grant, the Miami Heat are as professionally run as any franchise in this league.
Yeah, and certain numbers point to that. They minimize turnovers, they don't commit cheap fouls, and they hit their free throws. So, in other words, they don't give anything away.
Now here's ball. Over Hero. And Ball gets it to go.
How about that shot? Not exactly something drawn up by the coaching staff.
And so it's Eric Spoelstra with the timeout here. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. And here's Hero. And stolen by Williams. And it's the Hornets on the break. That shot off. Good D by Adebayo. Hero with it. Guarded now by Ball. Hero with the bucket.
Fighting the inside defender, Hero really works to get to the bucket.
Here's Charlotte. Ball taking his time here. Puts one up from 19. Tries again. Nurkic. Oh, great D that time from Adebayo. Hero for three. The shot off that time.
Yeah, you know, he usually makes you pay from that range.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. Outside Curry. Shoots over Wiggins. Drills the baseline jumper.
I mean, what do you expect when you give him the clear look? That's just too easy.
No, he's automatic from the mid-range, and the defense knows that it's a mistake to give up a shot like that.
Here's Ware. Oh, Nurkic with the block.
At 7 feet tall, Nurkic, not easy to get around. That time throws that one away.
Some solid defense from Williams. Ball outside. Takes the three. Rebound Miami. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. And we have seen Andrew Wiggins step up as the second best player on a title team. But it's all about his consistency, Brent.
Well, Andrew Wiggins' role, I believe, changed last year. A little in and out of the lineup for Andrew, and the changes around him have not been ideal. I hope that he embraces whatever it is that the coaching staff wants him to lock in this year, because as a two-way player, Andrew Wiggins is still very capable.
Now here's Curry. Pass to Williams. Fires for three. The rebound by Ware.
Really excellent defense there. They know he's capable of knocking it down from the outside, and they could not have played him better.
Here's Adebayo. No points yet. Shot clock at 6. Wiggins outside. From deep. Sinks it. What range from downtown.
And now the defense is going to have their concentration on Andrew Wiggins. That's deep.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Here's a great quote from Coach Eric Spoelstra, who said, "The Miami Heat culture is a system based on discipline and hard work. We stand for something. That's competition. That's winning. We feel that there's a championship DNA that you can develop." And Ryan, they walk the walk.
One of the great organizations in the league, Allie. Now here's Curry. Pass the ball. Launches it. Curry's shot is off. Heat trailed by 3. Now Adebayo. Kicks it to Hero. The 3 is up. It's rebounded by Charlotte. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The 3 from Curry. Yes, sir, and it's Ball with the assist that time. Curry's got 5 points.
If you get any space, LaMelo will find you, so be ready.
Pass to Wiggins. Hero outside. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. Hero's got his second basket of the game. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Charlotte on top. They lead. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. Taking a look at the Hornets' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, you have to credit their effort on the defensive end. It set the tone for this contest.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
And Ball will bring it up here for Charlotte. It's a three-point game. And in recent seasons, Grant, almost no team's been hit by the injury bug as much as the Hornets.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, you wonder what they could have done if they'd stayed healthy. They built the team around key players, and those guys have just missed a lot of time. Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. Here's Ball. He takes it in. The contact fails to deter Ball.
Don't blink. Ball will blow your doors off.
And about a minute gone in the second quarter. There's a screen by Love. And there's a 3-second violation.
In the lineup for the Heat, number 5, Nikola Jokic.
Hornets leading by 3. And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. Curry's shot is off.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Right side Anderson. Double clutches. And it's laid in by Hero. Hero's got 7.
How about Hero gets inside and finds a way to sneak up his shot and get it to go.
There's Ball with a 3 from distance. LaMelo Ball.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
And Eric Spoelstra decides to call timeout. He wants to review the game plan. There have been a few teams lately who have been stockpiling draft picks, Brent. What do you think of that approach?
Well, B.A., if you look at the success of the draft, you're kind of 50-50 on whether or not you're going to get the talent that is required to win a championship. So getting multiple bites at the apple is a great strategy for teams to try to build the foundation of a championship caliber team.
Offensive board. Another shot. And scoring inside is Burks.
That's what you call playing big. He just stays committed to the attack mode.
Tip of the cap there. I mean, that defense was good. The finish was better.
Ball no good. Miami trailing. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. Pass to Highsmith. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Heat need to get one up in a hurry. From the wing. And it's Love missing.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
And Alec Burks gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. Adebayo with a steal. By himself. And Adebayo slams it in.
And Bam cashing in on the steal right now, doing it all himself.
At 6'9", Bam Adebayo is on the shorter side of centers. Yet he is elite defensively, Grant.
He's been top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year voting a bunch of times. Bam has an incredible motor, a great IQ, and he's a switchable big. That's huge in today's game.
And Williams drops them both. All right, Brent, let me ask you a very important question. What exactly is Heat culture?
BA, Heat culture is about toughness and competitiveness. And if you step into that building, you better make sure that you're ready to be pushed and push the limits that, as a professional player, not a lot of other teams are willing to go. As soon as they find guys who enjoy that, and I'm not going to say torture, but it's close, those are the kind of guys who make it in Miami.
Here's the lineup for the Heat. Khalil Ware, Andrew Wiggins, Duncan.
The Hornets with a lead. Curry looking it over. The three from Ball. Adebayo grabs the board.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
Pass to Wiggins. And so he draws the foul. Headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Pump fake is so devastating, especially for a great offensive weapon like Wiggins.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That one misses. Grant, the Hornets are a team hoping to end a pretty substantial playoff drought.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they made a buzz in the postseason, but their return could be closer than people think. A few smart moves here or there might be all it takes.
1:05 left in the first half of basketball. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
LaMelo Ball is such an instinctive playmaker. Talking about his approach, he said, "I'm just making it up. I see someone, I throw it, whatever comes to mind." Ryan, the way he sees the game makes him box office attraction.
I like it. It's that new school flair with a game that harkens back to some of the greats. He's special to watch, Allie. Pass to Adebayo. Outside Robinson. Clock at 4. Here's Burks. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Charlotte leading by 3. Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Ball. LaMelo work it inside.
And I love how Ball will fight for it, getting around that inside physicality.
Pass to Adebayo. The shot no good. Some solid defense from Williams. Here's Ball. Uses the glass on the layup. Now it's a 7-point Hornet lead.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
LaMelo Ball getting it done for the Hornets. Hunting for opportunities, leading to 9 points in the quarter. More 2K action in just a moment. And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. Now here's Hero. Pass to Ware. Inside. Here's Adebayo. Oh, are you kidding me? Wow. Amazing.
Man. Oh, and Bam taking flight.
Outside man. Here's Okogie. Shoots over Wiggins. Okogie's shot is off.
Well, if you believe in the numbers, that mid-range shot is not a high-value shot, even with little or no defense on you.
Pass to Ware. They set the screen. Takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup. Ware's got his first points of the game.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
And he wastes no time coming out of the break.
Hero left side. Works for 3. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. For 3, Smith. The rebound by Wiggins. Heat trail by 5. On the wing, Burks. Pass to Wiggins. And there's a pick. And he lobs it up to the rim. And stolen by Williams. Outside man. This one for three. The rebound by Burks. And Eric Spoelstra decides to call timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Here's Hero. And he makes it on the layup. Hero's got 9.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
And Brett, the Heat always looking to compete year in, year out.
Well, for good reason. This team takes a lot of pride in giving themselves a chance every year. And the way the front office conducts their business is they believe they can put together the type of roster that is going to go out there and take care of things to put them in position to be successful.
To the left wing. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Ware. Can't hit from in close. And Williams has got the ball here for the Hornets. 3-point lead. A nice shot by Smith.
Yeah, great idea there. He set Smith up and let him knock him down.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
To the paint. Here's Adebayo. Oh, Williams with the block. Here's Smith. And they cash it in right away with a quick shot. And now an 8-point Hornet lead. And so it's Eric Spoelstra with the timeout here. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Heat trailed by 8. Pass to Adebayo. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Nurkic. With a healthy advantage, they're looking confident.
And could boost their lead to double digits here, too.
Here's Okogie. From the arc. And the Hornets, another 3.
They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
Outside Burks. To stop the run. Hits the trifecta. Burks has got 5.
It's clear there's a lot of pride on the line in this one.
Not always the best scenario, but in this game, pride takes over. You score on me, I'm going to come back and score on you.
Pass to Okogie. And here is Williams. Just 5 to shoot. Now Nurkic. Puts it up from 17. And Hero grabs the board. Heat trailed by 8. Here's Burks. And the layup is good off the glass. Burks has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Hero knowing about the whens and the wheres for an assist.
And Williams punches it home.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, well, I could settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that. I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. It's the Hornets. They lead by 8. All right, we're going to step aside for just...
30.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store. Hornets leading by 8. Miller outside. There's the 3. Yes, sir, and it's Ball with the assist that time.
Love the confidence from this young man. Miller is so quick off the catch.
To the inside. And a big finish by Robinson.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
And the call will be against Tyler Hero. That's his first foul of the game. Miller outside. Pass to Ball. 4 on the clock. Over Hero. Highsmith grabs the board.
Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there. Too bad he can't release that one on target.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Outside, Anderson. Back to Hero. From downtown. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. A little over a minute of the 4th quarter gone now. Bridges outside. It's tipped. Stolen by Hero. It's 2-on-1. Here's Larson. And he lays it in.
Now that could be a major moment in this game. Just when we thought this contest might be over, a steal, a fast break, and it's hold everything time now.
Miller outside. And here's Green from the arc. And Hero grabs the board.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from 3-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
And Ball gets it to go. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Hornets.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
And Eric Spoelstra decides to call timeout. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. So Miami going with an almost entire new group here. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Eric Spoelstra said to the team. He encouraged his guys to not hold back, saying, we can do this, but it's on us. We've got to go out there and be aggressive. So that's the plan coming out of the huddle. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Allie.
Intelligent play there by Hero. Upsets the defense and then hands it off for the assist.
That one drops for him. And the Hornets lead by 11.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Down low. Here's Hero. Oh, Williams with the block. Here's Adebayo. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That's on Mark Williams.
Bam's size along with his athleticism, that could be a big problem on the interior.
At the line for 2.
And he sinks the second. Charlotte leading by 10. Bridges on the attack. And here's Green from the arc. Knocks it down from distance. Green's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. To the middle. Here's Wiggins. Wiggins with the inside bucket. Nice.
This close to the rim, Wiggins can make it look pretty effortless. He just pops it in.
And Ball will bring it up here for Charlotte. It's blocked. Hero outside. Has to Ware. Back to Hero. Wiggins outside. Kicks it to Hero. Now here's Burks. Clock at 6. And he lobs it up. And Adebayo slams it in.
And Bam with great hands there to leap up and time that one.
Outside, Green. And the Hornets, another 3.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Outside Burks. Wiggins right side. To the inside. Kicks it to Hero. Takes a 3. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. I think a bucket here, Grant, would end this game.
Absolutely. That would put a bow on this one.
And Williams punches it home.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
Love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. You know, he's 6'9". Brent, would you call Bam Adebayo a small ball center?
If you were standing in front of him, B.A., would you do that? I don't know if I want to do that. I want to ask Bam what he wants to be called. Whether it's center or forward, it doesn't really much matter. This guy can play both ends of the floor and can dominate a game. He's got great strength, great length, and continues to grow his game.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Ball no good. And the Heat with possession. Down by 12. Inside. Adebayo. And the shot goes. 12 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Good chance here for Ball. And so Charlotte takes this one by a big margin. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat down the stretch.
They really were, B.A. They played with great intensity on both ends of the floor, and they didn't allow their mistakes to get the better of it.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
I'll be right back, chat. Be right back. back, chat. Back. Ice is back. Y'all miss me. Back, chat. Let's get it, chat.
Brian Anderson here with you, alongside Grant Hill and Coach Dan Van Gundy, and the fourth member of our crew, Allie LaForce, reporting from the sidelines. Outside Moody. Now Curry. 6 on the shot clock. High post Green. Orlando with the rebound. Well, after a decade of uncertainty, Magic fans now have a lot to cheer about.
This is the most optimism they've had around the team since the Dwight Howard era. And it centers around their young star, Paolo Banchero. He is going to be a force for a very long time. And now the game is really starting to flow. We should be in for a good one.
Yeah, and it's important to get that first score quickly and establish your game.
These teams have talent up and down the depth chart, Coach. How important is that in assembling a contender?
Well, look, it's even more important, Brian, in the regular season than it is in the playoffs to get through a long NBA season and get yourself in good playoff position. You're going to need a lot of guys. 12, 13 guys at different points of the year are going to have to be ready to make contributions. Now, obviously the team with the better starting five will have the edge, but depth can be a big factor even in the playoffs.
I mean, the second effort from Carter Jr., real nice motor on this guy.
Here's Curry. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Pass to Joseph. Banchero surveys. Rebounded by Butler. And the Warriors with possession. Now Moody. Back to Curry. Pass to Green. And stolen by Banchero. In transition, the Magic on the run. Caldwell Pope with it. Now Podziemski defending. Outside, Caldwell Pope. Gets the three ball to go.
A good decision maker with the ball in his hands. Carter Jr. is a capable and willing distributor.
Curry gets the bucket.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, Paolo Banchero grew up in Seattle playing pros every summer, and that gave him a huge leg up in the NBA. He said, quote, "They'd always tell me it's not as hard as you think. You just have to be focused and locked in." That's what led to me having that demeanor. Brian?
The 2023 Rookie of the Year, Allie. He hit the ground running. Now here's Banchero. Down low. And Caldwell Pope gets it to go. Caldwell Pope's got 5 now.
Well, he sends it inside where they can get a high percentage look. That's just great basketball.
And there's the call on Banchero. That's his first foul of the game. So both teams changing it up here. Here's Moody. Pass to Green. And the layup is good off the glass.
We know Green prefers to work up close. He loves getting those high percentage looks.
Grant, when you look at Draymond Green's career, you think he's going to the Hall of Fame?
You know, B.A., I believe so. He's won multiple titles, and we know how impactful he has been as a defender and distributor especially. I think we'll see him in Springfield one day.
Butler, good.
Putting his body to work in the paint. Butler using his athletic skills to get it done.
And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. And here's Wagner. He'll bring it up for Orlando. Isaac outside. Fires from deep. Orlando again missing. And it's the Warriors with the ball. Outside Butler. To the inside. Wagner with a steal. On the wing, Anthony. Isaac outside. Wagner outside. 5 on the clock. The Magic need to put one up here. And once again, off the mark by Orlando. And so it's Golden State with it. Anthony grabs the board.
I think this is a rare case of being overcommitted. He tried to go all out at the rim, and they stifled him.
Now here's Kuminga. Yet to see a basket. Right side, Butler. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. It's all tied in Orlando. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And for Orlando, what jumps out to you guys, stat-wise?
was pretty obvious. I mean, cashing in on extra opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Yeah, you can bet their coach is encouraging them to keep up the extra effort. It's more than paying off.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
That one's off. Stan, your coaching career started in the 1980s. How are players different today versus then?
Well, look, players have always shared one thing. They want to be the best that they can be, and they want to win games. But the players now are bigger, faster, stronger, and more skilled. The rules have changed, so the game's a little bit less physical, particularly at the NBA level, but the players are just better.
Pass to Black. Out to the right wing. To the paint. Here's the Silva. And it's cleared by Stephen Curry. The Warriors trailing. On the wing, Curry. Launches it. Orlando with the rebound.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Black to the left wing. To the middle. Rebounded by Green. And the Warriors with possession. They've only given up 1 point in the second quarter. That one coming at the line.
His playmaking is something to watch. Threading that pass right in there.
And Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, B.A., from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times.
He misses the free throw. How about Paolo Banchero, coach? What a special talent. The first overall pick back in 2022, and then the Rookie of the Year.
Well, Brian, he's not just a scorer. He's a 6'10" playmaker, and getting that out of someone who plays on the front line and can also play as a small ball 5, Banchero's versatility makes him very valuable.
Pass to Kuminga. And here's Curry for 3. It's rebounded by Banchero. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Shots good by Black.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
And here's Curry for 3. Orlando with the rebound. Inside. Here's Carter. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Putting in work. Carter Jr. is a lunch pail guy who just goes about his business.
And a deep 3 from Curry. Curry with another miss. Magic leading by 4. Carter, high post. Pass to Black. And it's cleared by Stephen Curry. Warriors trail by 4. 3 minutes of action thus far in the second. Now here's Payton from outside the arc. It's rebounded by Batase.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot in most possessions.
To the middle. Here's Black. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. 1:49 left to play in the first half. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, this young Magic roster has chemistry. Coach Jamal Mosley said they're so tight together. It's just organic. They're happy in creating these relationships over time. And it's because they're all just good kids that like being around each other. Guys, that's what you want.
Yeah, no question. Something to build on, Allie. Thank you. Warriors trail by 6. Right side, Pajemski. Outside, Butler. .111 left to play in the first half. Back to Pajemski. Stolen by Carter. Outside, Caldwell Pope. Pass to Batase. Outside, Carter. Batase with a screen. Shot clock at 5. Down low. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Outside, Green. Here's Pajemski. To stop the drought. And he lays it up and in.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
And here's Wagner. He'll bring it up for the Magic. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And the foul called on Brandon Pajemski. That'll be a second foul of the game. Outside, Caldwell Pope. Back to Wagner. 6 to shoot. Pass to Batase. Launches a 3. It's rebounded by Jimmy Butler. Moody from outside. No good on the buzzer beater. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Orlando ahead. They're up by 4. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Orlando leading by 4. Outside, Carter. Back to Wagner. And the foul called on Draymond Green. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
For 3, Caldwell Pope. The Warriors pull it in. You think of guys who play greater than their stats. Butler has got to be on that list, Coach.
Yeah, Brian, the competitive nature of Jimmy Butler is the stuff of legends. Sure, sometimes it can make it tough in certain locker rooms, but coaches love his passion for winning.
Feels like a guy that's built for the playoffs.
Absolutely.
The baseline, Jay. That one's wide left. Warriors trail by 4. On the wing, Curry. He has 6. No good there. Oh, nice D from Carter. And Caro outside. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. I'll say this, Caro is a guy that opponents can't forget about for a second. And you see it in all the defensive attention he gets. Teams show him all kinds of different looks, and he draws a bunch of double teams in isolation.
And the playmaking skills Caro has already are outstanding. Just such a unique young player.
He does not get the second one. Stan, you've coached some great defensive anchors in your time. Who do you view as the best in the game today?
Well, Brian, you probably have to start with Rudy Gobert, but we've got guys like Brook Lopez, Jaren Jackson, Anthony Davis, and then we've got 2 young ones coming up that could be as good as we've seen in Wemby and Chet Holmgren.
Yeah, no fret from Curry. As long as there's time, he's confident.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Caldwell Pope's got 8 points.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
There's the steal. And the Magic pushing it up now. Pulls up for 3. It's rebounded by Jimmy Butler. Warriors trail by 5. Oh, a strong finish from Curry.
Love the intensity from Curry, finding a way to work through the contact.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Caldwell Pope's shot is off. Outside Butler. And Butler inside.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up.
Be right back, chat. Be right back.
Welcome, sports fans. Thank you for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson, Coach Stan Van Gundy, and the Hall of Famer Grant Hill here with me at the table, and Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines. And it's the Knicks to start out. It's Hart on the wing. A battle of the big men. Grab some popcorn for this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out. B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. To the left side wing. Pass to Conley. 4 on the clock. And Mikal Bridges picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Right side McDaniels. Counted from distance.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
And Mike Conley picks up the foul. That's his first foul. First quarter of play, a minute in. And here's Brunson. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Brunson doesn't fear going in amongst the trees. Remarkable poise there inside.
Pass to McDaniels. Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible.
And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Come on now, guys. That's flat out insane.
Hey, when's the last time you saw a jam like that? And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
And New York has possession after the Timberwolves picking up a basket a moment ago. And Anunoby gets it to go.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Here's Conley. Oh, it's blocked by Towns.
And look at that reach. I mean, Towns just say no.
To the paint. Bridges. Oh, rejected by McDaniels. Conley with the ball. And it's Brunson picking him up. Anunoby with a double team. For three, Randall. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Chris Finch, and it's no surprise that Jalen Brunson is at the top of the scouting report. Coach told me Jason is a three-level scorer and a master of the pick and roll, and no matter what you do, you can't speed him up. He's going to read the defense, play at his pace, and try to pick you apart. It's always a chess match against Brunson, guys.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Randall can't hit. And Towns has got the ball here for the New York Knicks. They trail by one. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
And yeah, this is what you like to see from Towns, using his size and strength to make things happen.
New York shooting their first free throw this game. Offensively, Karl Anthony Towns is one of the most well-rounded big men in the league, Grant.
Yeah, maybe in league history, B.A. He's an elite three-point shooter, post scorer, and his passing is severely underrated.
Great recognition there from Conley. He saw an opening and took it.
And he jams it home with authority.
Hanging on the rim, just showing off.
That's how you extend the glory right there. Pass to Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
You're best to get out of Gobert's way. You don't want to be on the wrong end of that tug.
Here's Towns. It's blocked by Gobert. Here's Edwards. Nails the baby hook.
Just a ferocious play by Edwards, taking the contact but staying committed to his finish.
Outside Brunson. Towns on a screen. To the middle. And it's Towns with the power finish.
I know it's early, but you have to wonder if these offenses can keep this up.
Well, you expect there to be peaks and valleys, but you've got some excellent scores on both sides.
Here's Hart. There's 21 seconds left in the opening quarter. Clock at 6. And he banks in the layup.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
The Timberwolves trail. Here's Conley. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Yeah, not just a jump shooter. Conley is also adept at finding real estate close to the rim.
Missed inside. Got it off in time. The shot no good. It's the end of the first with a tie game here. And already these offenses are clicking along. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in a moment. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And when you consider how Minnesota is doing, guys, your thoughts?
Well, I'll tell you what, throughout the first, they did a great job of just running their offense.
Yeah, and I love to see this kind of communication between teammates. Great player movement, great ball movement.
Now here's McDaniels. Nice shot by DiVincenzo.
Way to rise to the occasion and snatch back the momentum.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, the Timberwolves, no doubt, a team to be reckoned with. Coach Chris Finch said, we come in every single night and compete. No matter what the circumstances are, we expect to win. We root for each other, so I feel like we have all the makings of a tough team.
And they have reason to be confident, Allie. Thank you. And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Bridges feeling it out a little bit. Up top, Robinson. Achua inside. And a big finish by Robinson.
How about the bounce?
We can call that bounce per ounce. Can't be denied. Well, Grant, all the high hopes Knicks fans have had in recent years, they have finally come to fruition.
Yeah, it really was good to see the Knicks have a great campaign last year. From the players to the coaches to the front office and the fans. They've pressed all the right buttons.
Now here's Bridges. No points so far. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Yeah, relentless worker. Bridges, so tough inside.
Outside McBride. Outside Robinson. Here's the three. Randall pulls down the board.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Here's Edwards, plenty of space. And it's New York with a rebound.
Well, the defense just gave him that shot, and he wasn't able to convert. Very disappointing.
Anunoby with it. Achua gets the bucket. And now a 6-point Knick lead.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Timberwolves trail by 6. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. Nice shot by DiVincenzo. Well, despite the effort to create super teams, the league has a lot of parity right now, Grant.
It really does, and I like it. It's not quite like the 80s Celtics and Lakers or the 90s Bulls, partly because of the salary cap. It's so hard to pay more than 2, maybe 3 stars at a time.
Here's Towns. Following the score by Minnesota. Down to 5 on the shot clock. New York needs to get one up quick. The timer ticks. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over.
Substitution on court.
Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It's going to be on Karl-Anthony Towns.
He's built like a linebacker, Edwards is. so tough to stop.
A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
Well, I like how they're going right at the defense, creating high-quality looks with that penetration.
And Stan, while Edwards has pushed back, it hasn't stopped others from comparing him to his airness, Michael Jordan.
And that talk is more about how his game reminds one of MJ and less about greatness. Edwards' career is just getting started.
Now here's Brunson. 6 points for him. Towns outside. 6 to shoot. And it's powered home by Towns.
And so nice to see Towns use his high basketball IQ to dominate in pick and roll. It seems like he always makes the right read in that situation.
Edwards can't hit.
That's the shot you hope for, right at the rim, just couldn't capitalize.
Pass to Anunoby. There's 53 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And the shot goes down.
And taking a look at this first half, they've just shown better shot selection.
Yeah, they've done a better job executing offensively, moving the ball and creating high percentage looks.
Now here's Edwards. He's got 5. It's good on the putback.
Yeah, just what they needed from Gobert. Grabbing the rebound with those long arms and sending it back.
Anunoby with it. He's picked up by Edwards. And it's Brunson missing.
Nice work defensively to contest that shot right at the rim. Nothing easy.
McDaniels from long range. And it's Randall with the jam.
A relentless offensive rebounder. Randall simply does not give up on the boards.
Now here's Brunson. Up in time. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Knicks out in front. Up 5. We've got more hoops coming your way in just a minute. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Timberwolves trail by 5. Here's Conley. Outside for Randall. To the wing on the left. Pass to Conley. And stolen by Brunson. He's all alone. And the finish on the break with the slam.
And though he has a scorer's mindset, Brunson willing to make the next pass.
Oh, and Towns with the block. And it's out of bounds to Minnesota. New York on D. Outside Edwards. Ooh, Edwards with style and authority.
Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
Here's Hart. Randall pulls down the board. Edwards looking it over. Outside for Randall. Fires the 3. And it's New York with a rebound.
You know, a reliable veteran like Julius Randle is so valuable. He provides a foundation for everyone else to play off of because they know he'll be there to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Brian, Anthony Edwards, his disposition just brightens a locker room. Coach Chris Finch said he's an absolute joy to coach. Always in a great mood with a great smile. It doesn't matter if he plays well or he doesn't. Every day he has the same approach and the same attitude.
And he wants to be great, Allie. There's no doubt about that. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Out of bounds, it'll be New York's ball. New York leading by 7. Pass to Bridges. It's Hart on the wing. And here's Brunson from the arc. McDaniels with the rebound. And here's Minnesota now. Edwards with it. And it's Brunson picking him up. Oh, Edwards plows through the contact.
What a ferocious drive by Edwards, fending off the defense with ease.
Now here's Anunoby. The kick out to Brunson. The three hits a three-pointer. Brunson's got 9. And with today's switching defensive style, versatile wing players are tremendously in demand, Coach.
Yeah, well, position now, Brian, comes down to who can you guard. And guys that can guard 3, 4, 5 different positions, those 6'7", 6'8" guys are often able to do that, and they are extremely valuable.
Outside Hart. Lets it go from deep. Brunson missing again. Timberwolves trail by 6. Edwards with it. Towns covering. And stolen by Brunson. Back to Gobert. Pass to McDaniels. Outside Conley. Stolen by Bridges. And here we go. The Knicks in transition. Here's Hart. Nice pass. Nice catch. And a resounding dunk.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
And stolen by Brunson. Pass to Towns. Hart from long range. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Minnesota with the ball. 8-point game. Defensive Player of the Year 4 times over, Stan. Rudy Gobert tied for the record.
Yeah, Brian, alongside Dikembe Mutombo and Ben Wallace. And Gobert's capable of getting another one, too, assuming his countryman, Victor Wembanyama, doesn't start taking the reins.
Now here's Conley. Here's Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
Wow. Julius Randall. We could feel the floor shaking on that one.
And it's powered home by Towns.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. So it's both teams making substitutions here. .54 seconds left in the third quarter. Oh, it's stolen away. Here's Alexander Walker. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall.
Yeah, never a bad idea to have Randall with the ball. Just a great passing forward.
Out to Bridges. Fires the three. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. Here's McDaniels. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. McDaniels got 7 points.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
Bridges outside. Hart from long range. He drops it from range. Hart's got 7 points here in the quarter. Here's DiVincenzo. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. Knicks out in front, up by 5. All right, we're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of quarter number 4 next. Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. Knicks leading by 5. Up top, Payne. Pass to Towns. Now McBride. Knocked away. DiVincenzo with the steal. Left side, Edwards. Now Gobert. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That's foul number 2 for him. Pass to Edwards. From the high post. Achua with a rebound.
Well, if you have the space, you have to take that shot. He missed it, but he's trying to keep the defense honest.
Now here's Payne. Right side.